Hello and good evening guys. How are you doing? Ayan. Happy Tuesday. Ayan. Oh no, sabi ni Twitch my bitrate or my broadcast is unstable. Anyways, we are doing Kazuha has what? Ano 'yun, Bibi? Okay, sige. We are doing Kazuha Story Quest today because hello and good evening kay Raimak. Wow, ang early ni Raimak. Okay. Kasi ay tawag diyan. Hindi ko pa siya nagagawa and baka kailangan siya to access Sumeru pag nag-drop na yung Sumeru update. So better na we accomplish the quest now before the Sumeru update comes in para updated tayo sa mga lahat ng nangyari. Yes. Okay. So, but before that, before Kazuha Story Quest, gawin muna natin ang ating usual daily tasks. Okay. Good evening kina Zed and Meshak. Hello, kamusta kayo? Ano yun, Bibi? Pop. Yes, pop. Bubble wrap. Pop. Okay. Ay, yung ano ko pala. Daily login sa Hoyo Lab. Na 3 enhancement or. Ang generous. Grabe. Okay. Ayan. Ay, mukhang gumagana na ulit si Stream Elements. So, i-shoutout natin sina Zed at si Meshak. Hello and good evening to Bea B. How are you doing? Okay. Okay, no problem. Let's get your flowers. Pa-chill si Bea B. Sana all. Okay. Okay. Betcha. Okay. Ayan, natatakpan na naman yung dapat pala nilipat ko yung yung ni Zhongli dyan, yung mukha ni Zhongli dyan. Natatakpan yung yung clippy ng shout out. Okay. Ay, pwede. Don't get too close. Get them. And then tayo dito. Asan ba? Dito ba ito? Ay, nasan ba? Ay, Petra. There's no end to this. I got you covered. At the frying pan. No. Cool it. Oh, so sorry. Ano ba yan? Saan ako nagpupunta? Okay. Wait lang. Gulat ako dun sa mga sa mga treasure hoarder. Okay. Good evening kay Meshak. Ayan. Good evening. Sana si Flora. Okay. Dahan-dahan naman, anak. Padalos-dalos baka ikaw madapa. Yeah.
Wait, Erasus! What's up? Thank you for dropping Erasus.
Ayun, nag-stable na ang aking signal. Sabi ni Twitch. Kanina, unstable daw siya. Ngayon, sabi niya, excellent na daw. Yung mga internet providers yata ngayon medyo madaming problema. Ano ba yan, guys? Ayusin nyo naman. Okay. Small step for Hilly Churls. Ayaw pa din akong balikan ni Tsarevich, ah. Ay, si Palad. Sige. Tulungan natin siya kahit salbahe siya. Madaming galit dito kay Palad, di ba? Although, unfortunately, hindi ko naabutan yung event kung saan niya tinulak si, Sucrose. Hindi ko nagawa yung event na yun, eh. Unfortunately, hindi pa ako naglalaro nun ng Genji. Kaya, ang taas. Uy, pero ano na, malapit nang mag-ano.
Nice and spicy.
Freeze! This moment will be frozen in time.
Malapit nang mag-anniversary. Ano na, oh. Konting kembot na lang, ano na. September na. Good luck. Ano kayang rewards, no? Ano kayang reward? Kaka-anniversary lang din ng nung isa nilang game, yung Tears of Themis. Medyo marami silang pamigay na free pulls. Umabot yata around mga 30 to 40 na free. Tapos meron pang mga cosmetic items like mga badges. I guess that's kind of parang name cards din dito sa sa Genshin.
Supporting fire!
Out of the frying pan, into the fire. You're toast.
Cool it! Oh, so sorry.
I wonder kung anong ibibigay nila sa atin ngayon na
Dodge this! Fire
na
it up.
reward.
Here's backup! This moment will be frozen.
Hello and good evening. Oh my gosh, ang cute ng ang cute ng emojis or emotes na ginamit ni Dudes Ronald. Good evening. Kamusta ka? Long time no see si Ronald, ah. Kamusta ka naman? Anong pinagkakaabalahan mo? Previously na-mention mo na ka, di ba? Nagmo-mod ka sa mga sa mga ibang streamers. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Pero na-mention ko yung anniversary, mas malapit na ang tawag dyan.
Don't get too close.
Mas malapit na ang special program.
Eat this.
Cool it! Get moving! Check this out! Here's back!
Oy, oy, grabe.
Get
Opo.
them.
Don't get frostbite!
I'm expecting na mag-a-announce na sila ng special program within the week. Kasi Kasi malapit na malapit nang matapos yung banner ni Yoimiya. 2 weeks na lang siya. So, yeah. Okay lang, madam. Nagmamod ako kay... si Ashura Playgrounds pala. Okay, okay. Wala siyang stream. Baka nag-ano lang, nagpapahinga. Medyo, ano din.
Yeah.
Kailangan din mag-break paminsan-minsan. Ay, nakita ko kaagad. Rekat na to.
Fire it up.
Ay,
Nice and spicy. Hey, yeah.
I got you covered. Freeze. This moment will be frozen in time. Cyclone.
okay. Tapos pa din. Nice. Hi. Bawiin natin yung buhay ni Toma. Kahit konti lang yung nabawas. Oo, di ba? Minsan to be perfectly honest, minsan nakakapagod din yung streaming. Masaya siya. It's fun. Pero yeah, minsan nakakapagod din, kaya tama lang yan, nagbe-break, di ba? Pahinga-pahinga muna. Yes, you have daddy's watch. Ingatan mo anak, baka masira. Okay.
Thank you for completing today.
Okay, nice. Ay, wait. Kunin natin to. Yung ating enhancement ore. Mali mo, makapul tayo ng, 5-star weapon. 200 na lang yung ko. Kailai Can 13 yung emote na Zonglibang. Ang cute nyon nga. Buti pa yung ibang streamer, ang gaganda ng mga ng mga emote. Hindi pa ulit ako nakakakausap na ng mga artists for the emotes. Okay. Para mas masaya na yung emotes natin dito sa Dazzer Gaming. Okay, wait. Ano na gagawin ko? Resin, no? Resin. Magre-resin muna tayo bago natin gawin ang... Alayo naman itong sa sa liwe. Asan yung dito sa monster? Malayo din? Ano ba yan? Okay, malapit lang. Yan, okay. Good evening, Kai Ray Boom. How are you? Kamusta ang inyong mga Tuesday? Resin.
Supporting fire.
No.
Cool it. Don't get frostbite.
Disappoint naman ako sa pack ni ha? Uy, ano ba yan?
Bring it on.
Ayun, 35. Nag-crit. Baka kanina sumapak ako, hindi puno yung yung declension stacks. Okay. Carry bells. Okay. Okay. Lurk muna daw si Rymac. Mag-mod duties. Okay. Maraming salamat sa pagdaan sa stream. At salamat sa pag-activate ng Lurk no Jutsu. Okay. Ay.
Don't get too close. Here's backup.
Out of the frying pan.
Oh, so sorry. Truth hurts.
Hoy, di ko naman nakikita yung number.
Get moving. I got you covered.
Boba, get them.
Dodge this.
Ay, mali. Ay, naku, kaya.
This moment will be frozen in time. Fracture.
Yun. Nice. Yes, baby! Ano yun? Kernels, ang dami naman yan. Are you making popcorn? Okay. Tapos, idamay na nating awayin yung mga ligaw na samurai na yan.
Let's get check this out. Here's backup.
Nice and
More.
spicy.
Freeze. Say no more. Oh, so sorry.
Uy,
Finally, Cyclone. My blade. To the very. It's my lucky day. Bring it on.
yun.
Supporting fire. How's this? Dodge this. This moment will be frozen in time.
Mamaya na yan. Awayin muna natin ito.
Can't move it. Don't get too close. I got you covered. There's more.
Get them. Eat this.
Freeze. Oh, so sorry. The fairy. Fairy.
Alright. Very nice. And saka natin pulutin ang... Okay. Next. Mag-ano tayo? Talent. Dailies muna daw sa Genshin at Resin Burn si Dudes Ronald. Yes. Medyo konti na lang ulit yung ano eh. Medyo konti na lang yung gagawin ngayon. Unless hindi nyo pa na-explore yung ano. Yung Golden Apple, right? Kung hindi nyo pa na-explore yung ano, Golden Apple Archipelago, medyo ano pa. Medyo marami pang gagawin. Pero kung naano nyo na, na-explore nyo na, medyo ano na lang. Medyo limited na yung ano, activities. Malapit na kasi yung next patch din. So, diba, ano na lang. Antay-antay na lang ng...
Check this out.
Out of the frying pan. Into the
Freeze.
May isa na lang na event na ano eh. Ay! So yun. May isa na lang na event na parating, which is yung gear puzzles. Naku, puzzles na naman. Ah!
Bring it on. Don't get too close. Here's backup.
Boba. Get them.
Don't get frostbite. Can't move it.
Pero bukod doon ay wala na masyadong nagaganap or magaganap sa Genshin until mag-drop yung Sumeru. Right? So, pero ako kasi hindi ko pa tapos mag-explore ng ano eh, ng Golden Apple Archipelago. So, medyo marami pa akong gagawin.
Check this out. I got you covered.
Out of the frying pan. Into the fire. Eat this.
Cool it. This moment will be frozen in time.
Okay. Ito na. Ito ba yun? Sila ba yun? Medyo malabo yung ano.
Freeze.
Sila nga. Okay. Medyo hindi lumapit yung kalaban ah. Okay. Ay, meron ka na doon.
It's my lucky day. Don't get too close.
Sige, sayang. Kalabanin na din natin.
Boba. Get them. You're toast.
Cool it. Oh, so sorry. To the fairy.
Okay. Tapos, ilan pa ba resin natin? 42 na lang. Okay, dalawa na lang. Oy, katuwi.
I got you covered.
Nice and spicy.
Dodge this. This one will be frozen in time. Cyclone! Fracture! Fire it up! Supporting fire!
Boba, get them.
Some quiet. Freeze! Don't get frostbite. Hurt! Bring it on! Don't get too close!
Nice and spicy.
Ay,
Dodge this! This one will be frozen in time.
Transgressions.
right. Nice. Okay, last na. Last na. Anong tawag dito? Ley line. Ay, buti na lang. Malapit lang yung ano, oh. Panalo. Okay. Ay, akala ko lumulutang na crate. Ano pala? Ibon pala yun. Correct. Okay. Okay, last.
Fire it up! Here's backup!
Boba, get them. Eat this.
Cool it! Don't get frostbite.
Ay!
Cyclone! Fracture! Don't get too close! I got you covered!
Out of the frying pan. It's Boba.
Freeze!
Hoy, nakikiepal naman kung ano na to. Mirror Maiden na to.
Here's backup!
Nice and spicy. Hey-ya.
Cool it! Oh, so sorry. To connect!
Nakikigulo ka.
Out of my sight.
I got you covered!
Out of my sight, eh.
Freeze!
Ayaw na nga sana kitang idamay, pero... Wow.
It hurts! Get moving! Check this out!
Mirror image.
Dodge this! Oh, so sorry.
This one
Okay.
belongs to ice and snow.
Hello to Sodium Exposure. Hi, how are you doing? Thanks for the raid.
What's the hurry?
Guys, go ahead and give Sodium Exposure a follow. Ayan. If you want a variety of games, yan. Fellow small streamer and a friend of mine, yan. Sina Sodium Exposure. Ayan, maraming salamat. Okay, are we done? We're done. Now, we start the Kazuha Quest. Because I have not done it yet. Wrapped up in Reminiscent Regiment. Oo nga ako din eh. Hindi ko pa hindi naman ako din. But more like, I haven't done it yet. Yung first pa lang yung nagagawa ko. Yung first 2. Yung 4, hindi pa. So, I still have more stuff to do after this. Pero, I just decided to do, Kazuha Story Quest now kasi I was thinking baka kailangan siyang gawin for Sumeru. So, unahin na natin yan. Okay. Where we go? Yahoo! Thanks for the follow kay ADL. ADL Mari. Thank you so much. Ay, may kalaban doon. Sige, away na natin. Ay! 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 Hindi sila kalaban. Kala ko kalaban sila. Okay. Iwakura coin is the only thing we're missing. Start na pala. Kala ko aawayin pa muna natin. Okay. Michimitsu Amenoma of the Iwakura clan. Okay. Were first adopted while Master Ain wasn't looking. We have already been expelled. There's no need to call him Master. When you weigh affection against righteousness on a scale, a real swordsman must walk the path. It means he was not willing to expel his but had no other choice. Become the sword of the shogun and carry out the vision hunt decree, then we can only choose our own righteous path. After all, a real swordsman must walk a path. Master's own righteousness was defeated in the end. We must avenge them all. Kunihiko, the others, even Iwakura Koin. Such is the righteousness of expelled disciples. Our first object of vengeance came to us just like that. You are right. You must be Duster Gaming. I've heard about your story. Okay. Only blood can... I assume you are prepared to face the ex-Iwakura art Menkyo Kaiden. Ah! Ayan na, inaway tuloy natin. So. Ay, wait!
Here's Becca!
So, hindi pa to.
Eat this!
Wait.
Cool it!
Andun pa yung quest marker, so hindi ito yung start ng quest.
Confess!
Ano
Don't get too
to?
close. Supporting fire!
It's
What's the dodge this?
What am I doing?
Fracture!
What quest is this?
You win. Check this out.
Ano to? Wait, I'm confused.
your toast!
Here's Becca. Bring it on. Freeze. Oh, so soft. Cut down.
Oh, hindi ko pa nagagawa to. What the heck? Wait. Oh my gosh. Hindi ko pa nagagawa yung quest na yon. What? What? Yung final part nung ano, yung final part nung yung sword, ano. Darn! Wow, okay. Oh my God! Wait ako. Hindi ko pa pala nagagawa to.
Just follow my intuition.
Oh, may 10 Primo Gems din yon, sayang. Okay. Yung nag-ano tayo ng sword, di ba? Nag-kolekta ng sword. My goodness. Okay. Hindi ko pa pala siya nagagawa. Okay, wait. Sige, gawin na natin yung quest. Kala ko nag-start na yung quest ni Kazuha. Okay.
It's been a while since we first set foot on Inazuma. So many things have happened since then.
Okay. There have been many memorable events.
Yeah, we've definitely made some progress on our journey.
Cute-cute ni Lumin talaga, my goodness. Okay.
Where should we go today?
Oops! Anong nakikita ni Madam?
Huh? What's up?
Oh. Oh, okay. Be careful. So, awayin natin to.
Hey! What the heck was that for?
Sudden attacker.
Doesn't want to talk, huh? Alright, let's convince him to calm down a little.
Oh my gosh. Ouch! Ouch! How dare you.
Supporting fire. Check this out.
I'm the frying pan. It's
Dodge this. Don't get frostbite. Reverse.
Uy!
Huh? So you don't have a vision after all?
Don't have a vision. Ano? What? What is the purpose? Thanks for following Kamizato VT.
Seems like I've mistaken you for someone else.
What? Is he like still implementing the Vision Hunt decree?
At the very least, you should make sure you've got the right person before you go attacking them. No, wait. Even when you've got the right person, you shouldn't go attacking them out of the blue. It's dangerous.
Have you ever met someone by the name of Kaedahara Kazuha?
Oh! Why is he looking for Kazuha? Hello, Akay Z. Sabi niya, tatry ka pala ng TOF, Madam. Tower Fantasy? Yes, I'll see if I can stream also. But yes, nag-pre-register ako to try out the game. And yeah, I look for a way to maybe stream my gameplay experience pag nag-launch siya. Wala kasi ako nung cable so I'm looking for a software to stream. But yes, I will try. So, hopefully kung magta-try din kayo, yan. Share nyo din ang inyong experience. Okay. Hindi nga lang like at the moment na mag-launch siya, 'di ba? Kasi parang yata morning ng August 11 mag-launch dito sa atin. So hindi ko magagawa, I still have work in the morning. Okay.
He carries a sword just like you. I've also heard that he possesses an animal vision.
Pero bakit niya, wait lang, balik tayo sa quest. Bakit niya hinahanap si Kazuha? Also, this looks like the sword. Is this it? Yung makukuha natin, ito ba yun? Okay.
That's none of your business. Never mind. You don't look like you know anything anyway. I'm wasting my time.
Go. Ba't mo kami inaway? Wasting my
What
time.
is this guy's problem? Coming around here, waving that weird sword in our faces, and he didn't even apologize. Well, one thing's for sure. No way are we telling him anything about Kazuha.
Yes.
Right? Paimon has a feeling, though, that even if this guy gets to challenge Kazuha to a duel, he won't be able to beat him.
Nax.
Anyway, just to be on
You
the
should
safe
go
side,
find
we should
Kazuha
go
right
find
away.
Kazuha right away and tell him to watch his back. Oh? What kind of hunch?
This guy may have a special
A special
connection.
connection? You mean beyond already knowing each other?
Okay.
Yeah, maybe a little. But then again, most people look pretty much the same once they start fighting.
When do
so
they
that
start
doesn't
fighting?
Really prove anything. Anyway, there's no time to lose. Let's go tell Kazuha so we won't get into any danger. Paimon heard that the Crux fleet is stocking up in Rito at the moment. Let's look for him there.
Oh, ang bilis naman makachismis neto ni Kazuha. Ano? Ay, makachismis ni Paimon. Nabalitaan na kaagad na nandito ang Crux fleet. Okay. Heal muna tayo kasi salbahe sila eh. Salbahe si unknown dude. Nabawasan tuloy ang buhay ni ni Hazel. Ano po ang spelling ng iron?
Yes.
I-R-O-N. Okay. Let's go. Uy! Bakit? Hello, Chow?
Hey! Hello? Do you know where Kazuha is?
You're looking for Kazuha too, huh? Guess he must have done something impressive after all. Well, we took the small vessels into Rito on a routine supply run. Only this time,
All
as soon
wanting
as
to
we
know
entered the
about
harbor, we ran into a
Kazuha.
huge crowd of Inazumans, all of them wanting to know about Kazuha. If it's because of that battle on Nizuchi Beach, Captain Beto had a great run there too, but I don't see her getting this kind of attention.
Bakit kaya?
Kazuha keeps to himself most of the time. In fact, there are times when he doesn't even listen to the captain, but she just laughs it off.
Oh, so you still don't know what he did.
Baka dahil dun kay question mark dude, kay unknown guy.
I've heard bits and
Nagpapakalat siya ng
pieces. Something
chismis?
about him blocking the Raiden Shogun's Muso no
Oh,
Hitotachi.
well, yeah, of course.
Is it really as big a deal as everyone's making it out to be?
You could compare it to the technique Daido used to strike down high.
Really? Wow. When you put it like that, it all makes sense. In that case, his newfound stardom is well deserved. He was called away earlier by some people from the Tenryo Commission.
Oh
They
no,
said they had
Tenryo
something
Commission.
important to discuss with him.
Lo,
I thought they'd come to arrest him at first. Turns out they couldn't have been friendlier to him. Seems like they really respect the guy.
Just a little while ago, this would have been completely unimaginable.
the Shogunate probably wants to show some goodwill. Okay.
Guess we'll go pay a visit to the Tenryo Commission.
All right then. I'll just stay here and carry on trying to fend off the crowd.
Okay. So, sikat na si Kazuha. But for a good reason now and not some, di ba? At least di na siya aarestuhin. Okay. Let's go. Okay. Dito kaya si Sarah? Ay, hindi pala. Kala ko si Sarah.
Oh? It's you.
Greetings. We were just discussing the repealing of the Vision Hunt Decree. Since you're here, you're very welcome to listen in on the conversation. We invited
Okay.
Mr. Kaidahara here to extend a gesture of goodwill on behalf of the Shogunate. Your hard work has secured for us the agreeable state of affairs that we now enjoy.
Okay.
Also, I've been granted the chance to correct my clan's past mistakes, and for that, I'm deeply grateful. The Almighty Shogun has issued a large array of directives aimed at resolving, or at least easing, the tensions that have built up over the years. The Tri-Commission has made the recommendation to use this opportunity to restore the honor of the Kaidahara name.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Regarding the history of the Kaidahara clan, I trust that you're already somewhat informed?
Okay, I heard a thing or
In
two.
short, there was once a group of select bladesmiths who served the Shogun directly, responsible for upholding and further developing the traditional blade forging arts of the Almighty Shogun. The Kaidahara clan belonged to this class, but there came a time when some of these bladesmiths revolted and fled to Snezhnaya. Both the Kaidahara and Kamisato clans were held accountable for lax oversight and entered a period of great turmoil.
Oh my gosh. Bakit kaya sa Snezhnaya sila pumunta? No? Okay. Okay.
We later learned that the whole misadventure had been secretly orchestrated by the Fatui. Attributing all of the blame to the Kamisato and Kaidahara clans was neither proper nor just. Considering Mr. Kaidahara has once more made an outstanding contribution to Inazuma, the Almighty Shogun believes he should not only be rewarded for his achievements, but also receive recompense for the excessive punishment borne by his clan in the past. In the interest of preventing further harassment of the bladesmith clans by the Fatui, we chose not to publicly release the findings of our investigations into these matters. We trust you can understand why this was necessary.
This is a true honor. I am delighted to be in a position to receive the goodwill of the Almighty Shogun and the Shogunate at large. However, would I be correct to assume that this magnanimous gesture does not come without some strings attached?
Oh, ayaw niyang matali. Okay.
I can assure you that nothing could be further from the truth. We seek only to correct a past injustice.
Makahingan siya ng kapalit, di ba?
With the Kaidahara clan's reputation and occupation restored, the Kaidaharas will be bladesmiths once more, and your wanderings will finally come to an end. You will be able to lead a safe and prosperous life in Inazuma City with the Almighty Shogun's blessing and full support of the Shogunate.
I have grown accustomed to life among the elements. I fear I would no longer feel at home behind the tall walls of a stately abode.
Okay. Hello and good evening to Romel. Kamusta? How are you doing? Okay.
Yet my ancestors did indeed take great pride in the name of Kaidahara, and the art of blade making for which it stood.
Okay.
I do have a responsibility to restore their honor.
So what is going to be his choice?
I sense some hesitation in your words. Should you accept this offer, I imagine many of the malicious rumors currently circulating through the populace will disappear.
Malicious rumors? All we heard on the way here was so much praise that we almost wondered whether there was another Kaidahara Kazuha in town.
Well, to some, the Muso no Hitotachi is something that can never
Okay.
be defeated. They cannot accept the idea that Mr. Kaedahara really parried the Shogun's strike. Also, eyewitnesses saw him using the power of Electro in addition to that of Animo. As a result, the falsehood that Kaedahara Kazuha was
Oh!
using a delusion began to spread.
Using a delusion pala ang chismis.
What? But that doesn't make sense. Using a delusion turns you old and frail, and Kazuha still looks fine.
Naghahabol din daw si Romel ng golden apple while watching. Uy, thank you so much. Yan. Ako din marami pang gagawin sa golden apple, but yun nga, I decided to do this Kazuha quest first para we're clear on the story at saka baka may requirement na mag-clear ng ano, 'di ba? Ng story quest bago makapasok ng Sumeru. So tapusin na natin muna ito.
That is correct. However, to some people, the idea of a single person wielding two elements at once is a more inconceivable notion still.
This is just one of many similar rumors. I am very uncomfortable with being the subject of public discussion, no matter whether it brings suspicion or stardom my way. But perhaps if the shogunate is willing to publicly support me, this situation will blow over more quickly.
This is precisely why I encourage you to give our offer some serious thought. It stands to benefit all of us.
Please allow me some time to consider. In fact, let us put this discussion on hold for the moment. Well then, what brings the two of you here?
Yikes! We nearly forgot about the most important thing!
Okay. Recount the
Why
attack
would
on the
such a
outskirts.
dangerous individual be looking for me?
Yes, why nga? Bakit nga, Kazuha? Do you have any siblings? Could it be someone you trained with under the same
No.
mask?
This puzzles me as much as it does you. My fighting forms were taught to me by my family, based on techniques originally developed for blade testing. We undergo rigorous training to standardize every motion the blade is put through, so that each can be fairly assessed for quality. Over time, these techniques came to form something of a Kaidahara sword art, focused on blade testing, but with a full repertoire of combat forms. Those forms are quite different from the more practical ones typically used by samurai in battle. So it's hard to imagine that the similarity you speak of was coincidence alone.
All the more reason to watch your back! This guy was a serious nutcase.
Indeed. He sounds highly aggressive.
Hey.
Anyone he
Sino
targets
kaya
is at
yun?
risk of serious injury. Or worse.
Hello and good evening, Tupac sis. Thanks for following us here on Twitch.
In that case, I will send some men out immediately to search for him.
If I am not mistaken, follower din siya sa Facebook, right? Or am I thinking about a different person? But anyway, thanks for following us here on Twitch.
Thank you. I must say I am now very curious about this matter, and I will also need some time to consider your offer.
Uy, magba-birthday na pala si Romel. Advance happy birthday!
I will first join the traveler in investigating the one who attacked her, then give you a conclusive answer upon my return.
Very well. Please stay safe.
Come on. Let's go and track down your aggressor.
Sino na nga ba itong umatake kay Traveler?
The detective agency knows the most about what goes on in town. Let's see what Ryuji has to say.
Oh, okay. Ooh! We're going to the detective agency. Are we going to meet si Heizo? Ooh. Curious. Di ba detective, si Detective Shikanoin Heizo? Are we gonna meet him there working with Ryuji?
Hey there! We'd like to ask you a quick question. Do you know if anyone around here has been looking for him? For Kaidahara Kazuha, we mean.
Aha! So this is the renowned
Oh.
Mr. Kaidehara. I've heard a lot about you. It is an honor to finally meet you today.
You are too kind. We are currently investigating an assault and would appreciate any help you can offer.
Oh? You were targeted in an assault? Let me think. I can't seem to recall anything of immediate interest. Mr. Kaidehara is currently the talk of the town, so there are always a lot of people looking for him. To be honest with you, our detective agency has recently been receiving many inquiries from people wishing to obtain Mr. Kaidehara's personal information.
Okay.
Some of them were offering us millions of mora just to gather the information they want. If these were more legitimate commissions, Sango would have snapped them up in an instant.
Millions? Of Mora? Whoa!
Hala?
Oh, wait, even at that price, you probably still shouldn't.
Please, accept my thanks for looking out for my privacy.
Ito talaga si Paimon, no?
Of course. No matter what, we only take on legitimate cases. We don't make our money by revealing details of other people's day-to-day life just for the sake of it. Sorry, I got a little off topic. What I'm really trying to say is, it doesn't surprise me that a complete stranger is looking for Mr. Kaedehara. But I wouldn't know where to begin if we want to connect this with an assault.
Then let's put that connection aside for now. Have there been any other attacks or similar incidents recently that stand out as particularly unusual? The Tenryo Commission had very few leads.
Okay.
I thought you might have some information from different sources.
It's true that the commissioners aren't clued up about every little thing that goes on out in the streets.
Only the most trivial.
But typically,
So,
it's only
wala
the
ding
most trivial events that
information
manage to
sila.
escape their attention.
So, sino to? Oh, and by the way, guys, little tidbit. If you watch the English dub of the anime Skate, the Infinity, Ryuji, the voice of Ryuji, the English voice actor, for Ryuji, is the same voice actor for Kaoru Sakurayashiki, si Daman Milk. Yan. Okay, di ba? Ang saya-saya. Ang dami mga overlap sa mga anime English anime dubs and Genshin voice actors. Ayan.
If anyone had been
And
out
this
there
is
attacking
another
people,
one of
that
them.
would be assault, in which case the Tenryo Commission would absolutely get involved.
That does make sense. Uh-oh. Looks like the trail's already run cold.
I still find it difficult to believe that whoever attacked you hasn't been causing any trouble elsewhere. Few people possess your prowess in battle. So unless you were the first person he targeted, someone is certain to have been hurt by now.
Okay, it was also not easy for me to
I
find.
am well aware of your talents. There is no need to be humble around me. In fact, I'm quite relieved that you were the one he targeted. It would cause me great grief to see someone become critically injured or lose their life because of me. For the poor victim, this would be a completely senseless crime.
Okay.
Don't worry, we'll find him.
It seems you are every bit the selfless hero they make you out to be, Mr. Kaedehara. Surely this same concern for your fellow man is what drove you to fearlessly raise your blade against the almighty Shogun.
Pero bakit nga kaya si Traveler? Nagkataon lang ba? Or maybe he's detecting the unknown person, right? He's detecting like an energy or, I don't know, a power coming from the Traveler that reminds the unknown guy of Kazuha.
You flatter me. Truth be told, I don't know quite what came over me in that moment.
You are much too humble. Don't worry, I completely understand your concerns. I will try my best to gather whatever leads I can for you. Oh, Actually, there was one
Ooh.
strange incident over the last few days.
Okay,
It
strange
doesn't
incident.
involve an attack, though. Let me tell you about it just in case.
Sure. During times like this, the more information we have, the better.
All right then. Recently, 2 people went missing from the city at
Oh
around
no,
the same
missing
time.
people.
One of them is a
Okay.
pretty well-known collector, surnamed Nagato. The other, Amenoma Yuya, is a samurai from the Amenoma clan.
Amenoma. Now there's a familiar name.
Right. Yuya is the nephew of Amenoma Togo, the owner of Amenoma Smithy. 2 grown men going
okay.
missing at the same time. Their cases are likely connected, but I don't know
Baka
much in the way
related
of
pa din siya
details.
sa unknown guy. Okay.
I recalled this
Let's
because
see.
Amenoma Yuya is also an accomplished martial artist who is skilled with the blade. Perhaps he is the one you are looking for.
Understood.
Hmm.
Though it seems highly unlikely to me. I neither know this man,
Okay.
nor do I have any idea why he may wish to attack me.
Okay, so let's investigate both incidents at the same time.
Can't hurt. We never know what we might find out along the way.
Thank you, Ryuji. We'll start by making some inquiries at the Amenoma Smithy.
Sounds good. All the best with your investigation. I'll get moving shortly myself.
Okay, Amenoma Togo. Raz. Hey.
Ah, if it isn't Kaedehara Kazuha. What brings you here today?
Huh? You two know each other?
Yes, the Kaedehara and Amenoma
Yeah, yung
clans were both
Gokaden,
members of the
right?
Raiden Gokaden. Historically, there have always been deep links between the 2 clans.
Mm-hmm.
After I returned to Inazuma, I visited Mr. Amenoma to pay my respects.
Mm. Okay.
Yes, you may recall the story of the Raiden Gokaden from the Iridori Festival.
Though all bladesmiths trace their craft back to the same source, over time, each of us has arrived at a different blade-making philosophy, spawning the development of different branches of the same art.
Mm.
As an example, the Amenoma art strives to emulate the abiding patience and determination of water as it turns stone to sand.
Mm.
There is nothing mystical to our work. There is only practice, day in and day out. Until, as for the
Ay,
art
sorry,
of the
ala, naklik ko.
Kaedehara
Ano ba
clan,
yan?
I believe it's called the Ishin art.
That's right. Ishin art strives for complete harmony between blade and mind
blade and
from the moment that
Mm.
forging begins. For only a blade thus forged can capture and convey its maker's thoughts and feelings,
Okay,
and eventually
wow.
become an
Ang
extension
poetic
of
naman
its
ng
wielder's
Ishin
will.
art. Okay.
Indeed. Most samurai choose their blades, but an Ishin blade chooses its owner. You are, without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of an Ishin blade.
Okay.
It gladdens my heart to see that although the Kaedehara clan has fallen on hard times, its ideals and virtues are alive and well.
You overestimate me. My actions are guided by my own personal sentiments, not by any noble aspirations on behalf of my clan. But let's get back on topic. The purpose of our visit today is to gather some information on your missing nephew. We hope to assist with the investigation. It may turn out that this case is connected to another we are pursuing.
Hmm.
Ah, yes. My nephew. I reported the case to the Tenryo Commission, but I haven't heard anything back so far.
Hmm.
He didn't say a word before he left,
Oh,
which is very
okay.
unlike him. I'm still completely at a loss on what to make of it. But I've
Bakit
done what I
kaya?
can so far.
Why did he leave?
Worrying is futile. All I can do now is wait for the news from the Tenryo Commission.
Did he leave out of his own, di ba? Decision niya ba yun? Or maybe he's like brainwashed or some, I don't know. Oh my
We
gosh.
heard that there was a collector involved in the disappearance too. Know anything about that?
Yes. On the morning that Yuya went missing, He gave me a very cryptic look and said that he was going to give me a great gift.
Ooh, what is that great gift?
I believe he went to collect the item from Mr. Nagato after that. The next thing I heard was that a fire had broken out at the warehouse. And neither of them came back. Yes. Strange, isn't it? I wonder what could have caused it.
Involved kaya si unknown
Unfortunately, there was
guy?
very little evidence left behind, so nobody knows what really happened.
Do you have any thoughts on what Yuya may have wanted to give you?
If I had to guess, it must
Rare
have been
weapon,
some kind of
okay.
rare weapon. Otherwise, there would have been no reason for him to get my hopes up. He's never been particularly interested in blade forging,
Fondness for
but
blade
has always had a fondness for
testing.
blade testing, and can sense even the most minute differences in blade quality. He is extraordinarily talented in martial arts, particularly when it comes to the art of the sword.
Truth be told, we have some information that you may find to be objectionable. The person we are looking for, he attacked this friend of mine. Based on the evidence we have gathered so far, only Yuya seems to match the suspect's profile.
What? No. Absolutely impossible.
Pero baka si Yuya nga
Yuya is
yun.
not that
He's
kind of
holding a
person.
rare sword na gusto niyang ibigay kay grandfather niya. Ay, sa tito. Sa tito
He is
niya.
humble and kind.
What? Okay.
Even his training is done with the goal of calming his mind. He has never gotten into a fight before.
Okay.
Is that so?
Yes. If there's one thing I can say for certain, it's that Yuya would never draw his blade without a very good reason. But, with that said, it's equally out of character for him to just disappear with neither farewell nor fair warning. I also cannot know what course of action he might be capable of
Ayun
if
nga,
coerced
baka hindi
or
talaga
otherwise
siya
compelled
yun.
by circumstances unbeknownst to me.
Baka he's being forced by someone to do it.
Anyway,
Sige, let's see.
should you find him, please let me know as soon as possible.
Don't worry. You have our word.
Hey.
From the sound of that, Paimon doesn't think Yuya was the one who attacked us as well.
Yes.
Hey.
It sounds as if something happened when the two men met each other. Let's pay a visit to the Nagato household.
Yes, BB.
And Daddy got Ratata level 59.
Ratata level 59. Oh, wow. Okay, Nagato household. Here we go. Sachiko Nagato.
I'm very sorry, but we cannot afford to pay what we owe right now.
Oh, okay. So there's one clue. May mga utang ang pamilya ng mga Nagato.
My
Okay.
husband has gone missing, and I'm still trying to find him.
No, you misunderstand us. We are here to help with the investigation. We'd like to ask you some questions about Mr. Nagato's disappearance.
Ah, I see. I thought the debt collectors had come to visit again. I'm sorry you have to see me in this dreadful state. Has some new information come out? Do you know where he's gone?
Oh my gosh.
I'm afraid we don't have any new information at the moment. We're still trying to find out as much as we can to inform our search. With this in mind, can we perhaps ask some questions about your family's current situation?
Baka naghahanap yung asawa niya ng solution para mabayaran ng kanilang mga utang.
For example, Paimon's struggling to understand why a collector would be strapped for Mora.
That's a long
Okay.
story.
Collector of all
Ever since
sorts
I've
of
known him,
things.
he's been an avid collector of all sorts of things.
Yes, thanks, Romel. Happy streaming daw, sabi niya. Lakbay lang muna daw siya sa Golden Apple Archipelago. Happy exploration. I hope you get all the primo gems for all your future pulls. Ayan. Thanks for joining us this stream.
He'd always get so animated when he was showing them to me. I knew nothing about the items myself, but seeing how enthusiastic and excited they made him, I was
Okay, so
happy
I
to
guess
believe
these
that
are
they
the
were just
things he collected.
extremely important to him. Everything was
Okay.
fine when we first got married, but as time went by, things changed for the worse.
Uh-oh. What happened?
He lost his sense of restraint. He started
Ooh,
buying
ayun
more
na
and
nga.
more things, and even resorted to borrowing money just so he could pay for them. Our expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons.
Ayun,
It was
weapons.
awful.
Okay.
There were days when he'd spend hours down at the warehouse, admiring his weapons even as debt collectors were descending upon our house. He wouldn't sell them, wouldn't even touch them. Just sat there staring at them like he was in a trance.
Ayun, okay. So, baka may na-possess
I'm
sila
happy he
ng
has a
evil
hobby, and I'm
spirit.
willing
I
to
don't know.
support
Oh my
him.
gosh.
But making ends meet has to come first. I've tried talking to him about it so many times, but he never listens. On the last day that I saw him, I gave him an ultimatum. I said, if he refused to sell his collectibles and pay off his debts, I would divorce him and take the children with me.
Whoa.
Oh, okay.
And that led to an argument.
Actually, it didn't. Generally,
Okay. Oh my
he's a
gosh.
quiet man who likes to go with the flow. On most things, he leaves the decision-making to me. You must understand, I never would have dreamed of threatening him with divorce if the debts hadn't pushed our family to the brink. After I said those words, he froze
Okay.
and was silent for a long time. When he finally spoke, he
okay.
awkwardly mumbled that he would pick out a few items to sell. His voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, what would happen to our family?
It's important to set boundaries.
Had I not indulged his bad habits, we wouldn't have found ourselves in such a predicament. And I also don't know if he had actually come to his senses, or if he was simply angry with me. The next thing I heard was that our warehouse had caught fire, and both he and the buyer had gone missing.
Okay. So, the buyer must be Yuya, right? Buying the rare sword from a collector. Okay. Pero bakit nasunog?
I see. I understand. Ame no Mayuya came to purchase a weapon from Mr. Nagato. During the sale, a fire broke out at the warehouse, and both men disappeared.
Okay.
At first, I assumed they must have gotten into an argument over the price.
Okay.
But my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries, so it's hard to imagine him getting into a fierce argument.
Okay.
Maybe he was feeling the pressure from the debts?
I don't know. He just disappeared after the warehouse burned down.
Oh, tapos hindi na siya
Perhaps
bumalik.
he's
Oh
too
my
afraid to
gosh.
come home now that all his collectibles have been lost in the fire, and he's got no way to pay off our debts. Even though I'm still a little mad at him, we're a family, and I want us to face our family's crisis together.
So, nasaan na kaya yung
As long as
dalawa?
he's
I
willing to turn over
I
a
don't
new
think
leaf,
they're,
I
you
know
know,
we can work things out.
they're dead. They must be somewhere else.
Please don't
Okay.
get upset. There could be more to this situation than meets the eye. If collecting things is a habit that Mr. Nagato had his whole life, it is quite unusual for this habit to change so drastically over a short period. But the information we gathered from the other side suggests Ame no Mayuya is also a mild-mannered man who... This situation is getting a little confusing.
So, what is the truth?
A little confusing. More like completely mystifying.
Let's try a change of scenery and see if we can piece together what we've learned. Rest assured, we'll notify you if we find anything.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Let's go. So, bakit nagkasunog? That's the question, right?
Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise that the sales meeting between the two men was somehow the catalyst for their disappearance.
Yeah.
And the fire at the warehouse likely played a part in how the situation unfolded. Though its exact role is a mystery. Do you have any thoughts?
Well, Paimon was thinking that Maybe someone accidentally knocked over an oil lamp and... Nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while. Over to you.
Perhaps the fire was deliberately used to hide the truth. Ito talaga feeling ko ito yun eh. May ano sila.
An interesting explanation. I was also
May
considering this
tinatago sila,
possibility.
okay.
Amenoma Yuya is an expert on swords. He could have noticed some problematic details about Mr. Nagato's collectibles. Maybe he recognized a blade as a fake, or a well-known stolen item. Either way, after arguing about it, the two men agreed to hide the truth of this matter. They thought a fire would destroy everything.
Okay.
But then the Tenryo Commission began investigating and uncovered some incriminating details, so
Okay.
they fled
Fled.
to protect their secrets. But it's a far-fetched theory. I
Okay,
can't
pero
imagine
nasaan na
how
kaya
they
sila?
would have
Saan
been
natin
able
sila
to reach an
hanapin?
agreement.
In a
One
little
fact
bit,
that I
I'm
keep
finishing
coming
Kazuha
back to
Story, anak.
is that Amenoma Yuya is polite and well-mannered, while Mr. Nagato is introverted and passive. Mr. Nagato, being heavily in debt, is also the only one of them with the potential motive
Yeah,
to
that's
disappear
true.
after the fire.
Oh, no reason si Yuya na mag-hide. Na magtago, okay.
The more I ponder it, the more puzzling
Okay.
it becomes. Just what could have happened there? Right.
Yeah, tsaka sino yung umatake
Although the
sa
time
atin?
frame seems to broadly match, no other details that we've learned seem to link the two events together. Amenoma Yuya lacks a key distinguishing feature of the attacker, namely that he is principally a practitioner of the blade testing techniques of Amenoma art, not those of the combat-oriented Ishin art.
Darn! We thought we could get two birds with one stone here.
Let's
Okay.
keep going, since we've come this far. If we can solve the case, both
Okay,
Mr.
okay.
Amenoma and Mrs. Nagato will be able to get some closure.
Okay, but where should we go now?
Let's head out of the city and check out the warehouse. There's
Okay, let's check out the warehouse. Let's go. Okay. Let's see what's happening. Oh my gosh, umuulan.
I wonder which criminal mastermind just protested their...
Wait. I
Oops.
hear something ominous in the wind.
Oh! This must be another one of those sounds that only you can hear. As sketchy as that whole thing seems, you did put it to good use when we were chasing down that vision thief at Beto's tournament, so...
Now I'm picking up
Strong
a strong
scent.
scent in addition to the sound. It's right around here somewhere.
Ooh. What is it?
There's nothing here.
It's gone now, but I can still sense the direction it left in. It felt very much like that ancient presence in Inazuma, the remnants of the Tatarigami.
Oh, bakit meron?
But this unexpected spring of inauspicious energy may prove to be of benefit to our investigation. We should remain
Okay.
vigilant and approach slowly.
Okay.
So it's an underground warehouse.
The force is definitely coming from down below. The source of the Tatarigami energy has long since left this place. But the residue it left behind still hasn't dissipated completely.
Okay, so I guess we're
Judging
gonna
from the
explore that.
concentration, I would have to conclude that the Tatarigami source resided here for a very long time.
Mrs. Nagato said her husband used to hang around the warehouse by himself a lot.
Oh, so baka na-possess yung asawa niya, ganun? Nung
It could well
Tatarigami
be that
energy?
he was already under the
Yeah.
influence of Tatarigami energy at that time. From what I've been told, Tatarigami does not turn all upon whom it preys into violent monsters, but most will develop a stubborn streak upon being exposed to the Tatarigami's
Oh,
unfulfilled
ayun na nga.
will.
Fanatical obsession.
Their
So,
interests
I
become
guess Mr.
fanatical
Nagato
obsessions.
became obsessed with collecting
Mr. Nagato
items,
had an
di ba?
interest in collecting to begin with. The influence of Tatarigami could explain
Yeah,
why he
naging
became
hoarder
an
siya.
obsessive hoarder.
So what should we do now? Go down and take a look?
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look inside.
Okay,
If we
so I
don't
guess
open
we're
this door,
gonna
we can
go
move no
inside
closer to
and
the
check
truth.
it out.
You needn't worry. Both of us have faced far greater dangers than this.
Okay, let's go.
What's down there?
Everything's buried in debris. I can't see anything. It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the
Okay.
entire warehouse to rubble.
I'm not
That was too
sure.
scary. Paimon was so sure that the warehouse boogeyman was
So,
about to jump out
end na
at us.
naman yung investigation.
All we
Okay.
can do now is keep searching in the direction that the Tatarigami energy's source left this place. Two ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami.
Okay.
I fear much misfortune has already befallen them.
Okay,
Yes,
let's hurry.
let's go. If nothing else, it's vital that we find out where this Tatarigami energy is coming from. Quiet your mind and focus on what you sense around you.
Okay, let's go. Follow the scent. I guess we... Ay, meron palang marker sa mapa. Okay. May marker pala sa mapa. Ah!
From this point, the trail appears to split into two. The main source of the Tatarigami energy continued on into the distance,
Okay.
but a small portion remained here
Yeah, 2
and
parts.
seems to be dissipating
So
slowly.
both of them were influenced by the Tatarigami, okay?
Quite possibly.
Let's see.
Whoa! Look at all those hilly churls. They're acting really strangely.
Something seems to be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look.
Freeze! This moment will be frozen in time. Confess!
Ay! Sabi naman nila.
Fire it up! I'm supporting fire!
Okay, talk to Kazuha.
It's,
Ilalinaw dito na.
Look at this red stuff.
by the looks of it, a letter written on a piece of torn clothing. The ink is bone dry. It must have been written
Okay.
quite some time ago. Well, let's take a look.
I am Nagato. Okay. I was wounded by Amenoma Yuya. Ooh. He took my most precious blade. I chased him but could not catch him. I lay down here to rest on account of my exhaustion. I thought that I might croak right here. My stomach kept on bleeding. But it seems that some strange power has sustained me. Okay. Why did he steal that blade? I was going to sell it to him. He even burned my warehouse. Okay, so si Yuya yung sumunog. It hurts, but for some reason, I can't fall unconscious, so all I can do to distract from the pain is right. What will happen to Sachiko, Yuichi, and Yuji? I'm sorry to them, I really am. Only now do I realize how stuck in my ways I was. Oh my gosh. But I collected all those strange and bizarre things, but they won me not one iota of happiness or warmth. Put all of it together, and it was still wouldn't have been worth a single word from her mouth. Thank you, and sorry for letting you down, Sachiko. Oh my gosh, wait.
According to this letter, a conflict arose because Amenoma Yuya wanted to seize a blade belonging to Mr. Nagato. Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr. Nagato in the fight. Mr. Nagato kept chase as long as he could.
So, where is he?
He was
Yeah,
not
saan
only
siya
mortally
napunta?
wounded, but also under the heavy influence of Tatarigami. Add to that the fact that its aura seems to have attracted a horde of monsters.
Oh
and
no.
I'm afraid he may no longer be with
He
us.
may no longer be with us.
Whatever traces there may have been of his fate beyond after this point, they've since been disturbed by the hilly churls. Yes, right
Okay.
now we need to uncover some more important truths. If Ame no Mayuya is attacking other people
So si Yuya
indiscriminately,
nga yun kanina.
then the longer we take to find him, the more people risk meeting the same tragic end.
Right. So let's get moving.
Okay. How did it come
I
to
wouldn't be
this?
surprised if he too fell prey
Yeah,
to the
baka nga ano
influence of the
siya.
Tatarigami. For a practitioner of
Possessed
the
siya.
martial arts, the easiest desire to inflame would be their pursuit of further power and skill. All the clues that at first seemed disparate and disconnected.
Okay.
It seems that now we know the thread that runs between them. I have a hypothesis that, if it's correct, not only explains the series of events leading to the two men's disappearance,
Zeroes
but
in on
also
the attacker's
zeroes in on the
identity.
attacker's identity.
Wait, you figured it out?
I believe so.
Huh.
But it's something of an outlandish idea. On with the search. We must stay vigilant.
Okay, let's go. Okay. I guess. Ay! Okay.
He seems to have stayed here for a long time.
Why here?
Tapos?
Is there anything special about this place?
I'm not sure. But on closer examination, I sense that the aura may have
Lingered
lingered here
here.
at
So,
several different
nagpabalik-balik
points in
siya?
time.
Oops.
Show yourself. It's no use hiding anymore.
Ooh. Okay.
Kaede
Ayan na
Hara
siya.
Kazuha.
Okay.
It's you, at last.
Aha! So it is the same guy from before. What's your problem, huh? What could you possibly have against Kazuha?
Okay, this is the sword. Okay.
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. If it is Ame no Mayuya that stands before us. But what if instead of facing Ame no Mayuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
Oh, possessed by the blade.
Now that you mention it, it is giving off a strange light. Whoa! Surely you don't mean...
Tatarigami energy often lodges
With
itself within physical objects,
yes.
then works to subtly affect any living organisms in its vicinity. The blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years, affecting his state of mind,
Okay.
and more recently using the sale as a means to affect, or rather as a means to occupy, Ame no Mayuya's body.
So, it's Yuya, pero it's not really him. He was possessed. Okay.
You're sharper than I thought. Many, many years ago, I was forged by a famed bladesmith of the Ishin tradition.
Ayun na. Oh my gosh.
I
So,
was
this
his
is the
pride and
sword.
joy. In me, he placed all his hopes and dreams. As a descendant of the Kaedehara clan, you should be able to guess our greatest regret.
I presume it has something to do with the Raiden Gokaden.
Indeed. At that point in time, he failed to live up to the Raiden Shogun's expectations.
Okay.
In the end, all he could do was to flee the nation by sea on a ship bound for Snezhnaya.
Okay.
He was a bladesmith of great renown, a master of his
There's
craft.
nothing he could not
There was
accomplish.
nothing that he could not accomplish. All he needed was more time and a little faith. And sure enough, in the end,
All of his
he
life
achieved what he had
from-
set out to do.
Ayun
All
na.
of his life's work, his wisdom, his skill, it culminated in his creation of me. He not only
Okay.
bestowed upon me the greatest of strength, but also endowed me with a consciousness of my own. In her
Prized
conceit,
Ishin
the
blade.
Raiden
Okay.
Shogun lost not only the single most perfect blade in the
Oh my
entire
gosh.
world, but also an
Grabe,
irreplaceable
ang
achievement
single
in
most
the
perfect
art
blade,
of blade
ha? Okay.
forging.
So... swords can become conscious?
The people of the time in which I was born
Okay.
never believed I had that kind of power. They saw me as a mere
Hmm.
blade, a sharp and well-crafted one, but in all other
That
respects
gave me
an
an
ordinary
opportunity to
weapon.
take action. Oh my gosh.
After the death of my creator, I decided to leave Snezhnaya and
Leave
began my
Snezhnaya?
long
Oh my
quest to
gosh.
return to the distant land of Inazuma. moving from one person
Controlled
to the
minds
next.
of countless
I
hosts
controlled
along
the
the
minds of
way.
countless hosts along the way.
Naku, sino kaya
each
yung mga
bringing me
hosts
one
na yan?
step
I
closer
wonder who they
to my
are. Okay.
ancestral home. I seek but one thing. To face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove
Oh.
my power. The might of Ishin art.
Ah, so Amenome Yuya was not
Okay.
your first victim. Tell me, what happens to those you've possessed when you've finished using them?
My hosts? Who cares what happens to them? They are but tools that serve my mission. When they got tired, or injured, or unusable, I hopped to the next one in line. All I needed them for was to take me back to Inazuma.
You're
Okay.
awful.
Oh my gosh. So,
After
sino
I
na kaya yung
returned
mga
to
nabiktima niya? Oh my
Inazuma, I
God.
decided to bide my time in Nagato's warehouse. At long last, I'm approaching my journey's
I have found you,
destination.
and by your hand I shall
By
defeat the Raiden
Amenome
Shogun.
Yuya's body, I have found you. And by your hand, I shall defeat the Raiden Shogun. Kaedehara Kazuha, you stood against the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi.
Okay.
There can be no other to serve as my host for what is to come. Now, give your body over to me!
No! I'm not.
We shall rewrite history!
Nice and spicy.
Join me and sever that divine life!
Oh, so sorry. Here's backup!
Wait, oh.
Boba, get them! Hey,
Don't get too close!
Ay, nasa na siya?
Shall rewrite history!
Okay.
Do not stand in my way, or I will strike you down too!
Your bluff's fooling no one. You've lost.
Lost? I can never lose. It is this body that has reached its limit, nothing more. Even if you defeat
Wow.
me here, the one who falls will not be me,
Oh
but
no!
this man. He is but a puppet that can be replaced. The end result is the same. I will end this wretch's life before you can lift a finger. And even if I were to
No,
lose
so
my
madededs
physical
din
form,
siya.
it is but a small setback. By any means necessary and any medium available, I shall return and fulfill my destiny!
Wala,
Your
grabe
fighting
siya.
style. It is indeed the forms of Ishin art, but from your movements, I sense only hatred and arrogance,
Okay,
as
oh my
well as a
God.
thinly veiled mania and despair.
Really? You can tell all that just from his moves?
As I've mentioned before, the forms of Ishin art convey the user's thoughts and feelings.
Okay.
Since the blade is currently possessing Amenome Yuya's body, its movements express the innermost thoughts of the blade. If you ask me, the mania is probably due to your
Desperate,
desperate,
single-minded
single-minded
ambition.
ambition.
Are you trying to claim that I am helpless without you? On his deathbed, he passed to me all of Ishin Art's secrets. The little that you know barely scratches the surface. In that regard, why would I ever need your help?
Because all of that is in the past.
Hoy. Ang superior ng itsura ni Kazuha dito. Oh my gosh, okay.
I've been wondering why you've not caused more trouble in all the years that you've been in Inazuma. If you are indeed a cursed blade that can possess its owner. Now that I've seen inside your mind, everything finally makes sense.
You weren't biding your
You
time, you
weren't
were
biding your
trapped.
time.
Oh.
You were trapped.
Maybe that's why Kazuha will forge it again, right? There was a photo of that in the special program.
After all the time that's passed, you have grown weak. To the point that you are now unable to acquire a new host without making physical contact.
Oh, that's right. Paimon remembers now. Mr. Nagato had a habit of never touching his collectibles.
Only when Mr. Nagato witnessed his wife's distress and decided to sell his collectibles did you finally have an opportunity to reach out to Amenome Yuya and make your escape.
And what of it?
Well, that brings me to my second point.
Despair.
There's a despair in you that is so strong. You were determined to fulfill your maker's ambition, whatever the cost. But this
Huh,
ambition
okay.
is too grand and too heavy for you to bear. I think you realized your limitations long ago. The more you clenched your teeth and pressed forward, the greater your fear of losing everything you had achieved grew,
The more you
and the
wish
more
for
you
the
wished to run from the truth.
So, I guess, ire-report siya ni Kazuha.
But the way I see it, what began as an ambition has long since become a delusional fantasy.
What would you know about any of this? I'm just one step away from achieving my goal.
You returned to Inazuma to prove the unparalleled brilliance of Ishin art.
Yun na
But to
nga.
make this arduous journey, you committed countless atrocities
Showed a
and showed
blatant
a blatant
disregard for
disregard for
human
human
life.
life. Even if you were to sever that divine light, is this truly the outcome that your maker would have desired? Sure, you inherited the secrets of Ishin art.
Okay.
But
You
even
treated the
as you
ones who
made
wielded
your
you as
journey
mere
to
tools
honor
to do
this
your
legacy,
bidding.
you treated the ones who wielded you as mere tools to do your
So,
bidding.
basically, that's not the Ishin art,
How
right?
could you possibly unleash the full potential of Ishin art when you act in perfect discordance with the principle of harmony between a blade and its bearer?
Silence, you blabbering fool! I must achieve my goal. I will concede that you are most perceptive. You see my predicament clearly.
And you should face reality.
Wow, okay.
Easy for you to say. I have no need of anything that would stand in my way.
Wala, ayan na.
It is pointless to argue further. Descendant
Then offer
of the
me your body in
Kaidahara clan.
exchange. Oh no!
If you wish to save this man, then offer me your body in exchange.
How stubbornly you stick to your wayward path. I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the
In your
almighty
turn.
Shogun in your current
Make a
state.
bet. Oh my gosh.
So let us make a bet, and I will put your strength to the test.
What? Surely you're not planning to agree to his demands.
Very well.
One-on-one
Then
combat?
find
Oh
yourself
my
some
gosh.
enemies with whom you wish to cross blades. A taste of my power will more than convince you. Once we have dealt with them, we shall proceed to Tenshukaku.
And as for your end of the bargain, if you lose, you must release Amenoma Yuya from your control.
I accept.
La, this is a risky
This
strategy.
is the only way to save Amenoma Yuya. The cursed blade's strength is currently very weak, and I sense he's hesitating. The power of the Tatarigami lies in intensifying existing obsessions. This is
I
the
don't
reason
have any
Mr.
similar
Nagato and
kinds of
Amenoma Yuya
obsessions.
fell prey to
Okay.
it. Since I don't have any similar kinds of obsessions,
But even so...
even if things take a turn for the worse, I still have you both here
Oh,
with me.
he trusts us. Okay.
We have a
Hala.
chance here to save an innocent victim. I am willing to accept the risks entailed.
Alright, fine.
Your disdain for me
Okay.
betrays your woeful ignorance. Now, take me in your hand.
Ala, ano nangyari kay Kazuha? My goodness. Ooh. Hala.
Kazuha?
I'm okay. I felt a little dizzy at first, but only for a moment. It's all right. So far, this was as I expected.
Okay, let us know if
I will.
something's wrong.
Thank you.
What should we do next? Have you got a plan, Kazuha?
We find some enemies. Although this blade has endured much turmoil, it probably hasn't experienced many real fights. If a blade built for Ishin art cannot enter a state of harmony
okay.
between blade and
Who
bearer,
do we fight?
it cannot unleash its true power. If he wants to avoid reality, then we need to fight until he has no choice but to face it.
Wait a minute. Paimon remembers hearing about something from the Adventurers Guild. Since the Takasukasa clan abandoned that secret base,
Okay,
it's
Ronin.
been held
Okay,
by Ronin ever since.
Ah,
okay,
all
let's
right.
go.
Please lead the way.
Ooh,
What
okay.
about Amenoma Yuya?
The blade says he'll let Amenoma Yuya trail us silently.
Okay.
Are we sure this is a good idea? It's a pretty treacherous journey. Okay, fine. Just be careful.
Okay, so where do we go? Go to the blade testing venue. Ah, yung ano, dati. This was the previous, ano, di ba? The previous, we went here before, nung ano, quest ba ni Raiden Shogun during the first, ano, her first, story quest, right? Or her first, tawag dyan? First Archon quest nga ba? Tama ba? Is this the same dungeon? Yeah. Feels familiar. Occupied hold. So... Oh, solo siya! I guess he's holding the blade. Yeah, prized Ishin blade. Okay. At naka C3. Okay.
Leave
Matindi.
everything on this journey to me.
How's this?
Parang dapat yata pumupunta tayo
Time to
dito.
go.
Pwede naman i-swirl tong ano, di ba? Riku.
Time to go.
Yeah, pwede i-swirl yung fire.
Let's get down to business. As one with wind and cloud.
Okay.
How are you feeling? You okay?
I'm all right. The blade is performing largely as I expected. Having gone so long without proper use and maintenance, it's become very difficult to use. Though he's making every effort to persevere, I do not think he can last much longer.
Oh! I guess the sword will break. Tapos yun nga, Kazuha will reforge it.
Something else on your mind?
How strange. Rather than trying to control me, he is instead trying to match my fighting rhythm. Let's keep going.
Okay. Keep going and defeat opponents. Are there treasure chests here? I don't think so. Okay, walang treasure chest. Talagang treasure chest yung habol eh. Ay, ayun, meron. Anything else? I guess there's nothing. No. Nothing here. Nothing here. Okay, let's go.
It's my lucky day.
Wind strike!
To the fury. How's this?
Time to go.
See no more.
Uy, ang dami naman nila. Anong klase yan?
How's this?
Aray ko.
Clouds high. The birds come.
Okay.
Whoa! Something's up with the blade!
It's grown dimmer.
I can sense that his strength is slowly fading away. The blade is becoming more and more difficult for me to wield. He cannot hold out much longer. If he
Break
keeps
apart at
persisting,
any moment.
he will
Yun nga.
likely break apart at any moment.
But what would that do to Amanome Yuya?
I will be careful with it. He also says he does not have any plans to give up
Okay.
easily. He's still trying to achieve his goal.
Okay. Wait, let's see if we have...
Time to go.
chests again. We cannot go back here later, so yeah. Let's see if we can like loot. Okay, wala. Let's go forward. Fight more enemies. Here. Ah! In a little bit. Kazuha is fighting a bad guy. Ouch!
Mommy, after that, will you end?
Yeah. Hi.
Do it quick.
Time to go.
Why? Mario Party.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my night. Wind strike.
Cut down.
Hey.
Are you okay? It looked like you were really struggling the entire fight.
I'm struggling is... Hold on, Bibi. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. And, okay, what's happening to the sword? Hey.
Yes. And it looks like he's reached his limit.
The sheen's grown a bit dimmer again. It doesn't look anywhere near as impressive as it did at the start.
Perhaps this time, we'll finally have a chance to see his true form.
True form.
True form? What are
In
you
a little
talking
bit,
about?
baby, matatapos na yung story ni Kazuha.
What the? Is this the same blade as
Ayun na
before?
nga.
It looks like a piece of junk.
Oops.
Which one should I choose?
This one. There, the bottom. Okay.
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat Samurai and Kairagi, much less the almighty Shogun.
No, it's a very old sword na
Maybe
kasi.
you did truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first forged. But the long journey from Snezhnaya back to Inazuma has left you battered and broken.
Yes, that's clear.
It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of fancy.
Okay, will he listen to you? Okay.
I finally figured out why it was that you agreed to my bet. You wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. For perhaps then you would still be able to wield commendable power. But regrettably, we are nothing alike.
Yun na nga.
I will never understand your obstinacy and cruelty, nor can I empathize with the one who made you. The only one who truly understood you had already passed away by the time you were born.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
Here they are! Take them down!
Ala! Oh my gosh.
Where do they keep coming from?
You shouldn't fight with this blade anymore.
Yep, we can help this time.
Don't worry. It's just more of the same.
Wow. Talaga naman. Ay!
It's my lucky day.
Ay.
Wind strike.
Okay. Ouch!
As one with wind and cloud.
Okay.
You fought way better with your own sword.
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and in spirit.
Okay.
Though we fought briefly together, you have seen me for who I really am. No one
Oops,
knew
careful,
anything
baby.
of my story throughout my travels, nor did I tell it to anyone. You are the first person to know the truth. I thought that if I could achieve Ishin harmony with you, perhaps there would still be a ray of hope for me.
But in this too, you have failed.
Indeed. No matter how hard I tried, I could not attain that perfect harmony that your personal blade does with you.
Yung fillet blade ni Kazuha. Oh my gosh.
Too much time has passed. My physical state is poor, and without proper maintenance, I can only disguise my true appearance behind an outer sheen. Yours is the blade that took on the Muso no Hitotachi. And what a magnificent blade it is.
Actually, this is just a generic blade that I picked up during my travels in Liyue.
Okay. So, sa Aliwe niya nakuha yung fillet blade.
What?
Forging and maintenance are both important for a blade, but they are not everything. This blade has traveled the land with me for many years, and we have formed a close bond during that time. Plus, in the moment that I most needed it, I received aid from another power. Skill, blade, determination, and desire. All these must be aligned in the practice of Ishin art. There is something else I must tell you. Though your maker may not have been aware, your ability to possess your own consciousness derived from the power of the Tatarigami. Tatarigami is a malevolence from the ancient past. It is the source of your mania and savagery. Though you tried to cooperate with me while I was wielding you, the part of you driven by Tatarigami was constantly trying to seize control of my body.
I sensed it, but I couldn't change it. It is an integral part of my consciousness.
I resisted its temptations because I wanted to save Ame-no-me Yuya.
Okay.
But I do not know whether you yourself have any intention of trying to fight it. I feel a great sense of regret for you. Since you embarked on a journey bound for a destination you were destined never to reach. The moment you embarked on this journey, you lost the only person who could have ever unleashed your true potential. And yet there was no way for you to turn your back on his ambition. You have known this for a long time. It is the true source of your despair.
He gave me everything. My life, my form, my consciousness, and purpose. How could I possibly deny him his wish? I said to him,
From here on, I shall forge your legacy.
I shall forge your legacy. How could I go back on my word?
Aww.
I believe our bet is now settled. I have nothing further to say.
Where are you going, Kazuha?
Oh no.
He now has neither the ability nor the motivation to cause further harm. Let's give him some time to reflect on things.
Oh my gosh. Talk to Kazuha. Can we go here? No, we cannot. Okay. Talk to the sword. No comment siya.
When I touched the hilt for the first time,
It's
as if I was transported
oh my gosh,
to a
may treasure
strange
chest
dimension.
dito.
A bladesmith lay quietly on the bed, his frail face barely visible under the moonlight. A newly forged blade lay by his side, listening attentively to his final words.
Wow. That was the Blade's memory, wasn't it?
Indeed.
While in exile in
Snezhnaya,
Snezhnaya.
The bladesmith eventually learned the truth behind everything that had happened. The Ishin art had been dealt a devastating blow by the desertion of its best smith. He spent the rest of his life in the forge, not to vent his frustration and hatred, but to atone for his actions.
I want that.
He felt intense regret at being tricked by the Fatui, but he could never again return to his homeland.
So, naging motivation
his
yun
sole
nung
wish was to
ano.
one day return his single, proudest creation back to the land of his birth. So he instructed this sentient blade to find a way back to Inazuma, no matter how long or how hard the journey. All he wanted to show was that they once shone brilliantly as blade and smith, that they were still worthy of being trusted.
So I guess the ambition was misled by the Tatarigami.
So that's the true story.
He just wanted to come back.
After that, the blacksmith's intentions were worked by the Tatarigami, slowly turning his proud creation into the cursed blade of today.
Right. I believe the bladesmith might never have known that the power he worked with was that of the Tatarigami. This blade has committed unforgivable
Careful,
atrocities, but only because it lost its original master.
Yeah.
No one was there to correct its
Basically,
errors
the sword
when it
was
was losing its way.
lost. Yeah.
Shame it's too late now.
Yes, it is too late. Time would not wait or stop because of his determination. He seems to have calmed down, though. Let's go and check in.
Okay, wait. Let's get the chest. Oh my gosh. Wait lang.
Mommy!
May chest dito. Sayang. Alright.
Are you done?
In a little bit, anak. Matatapos na.
When I look back at the past, I can remember the day of my forging. I once told him that I would pay any price to fulfill his wishes. Such was the debt I owed to him for giving me the gift of consciousness. But darkness and slaughter numbed the mind. Not only did I fail to fulfill his ambition,
defiled it. Okay.
I also defiled it.
You are finally seeing reality clearly.
Since we agreed to the terms of
Okay,
the
I will
bet,
honor the agreement
I will
and
honor
release
the
Ame no
agreement
Mayuya.
and
Okay.
release Ame no Mayuya. But I still cannot bring myself to forsake his ambition. So, may I ask you to
Fulfill
help
the
me
ambitions
fulfill
of
the
myself
ambitions
and
of
my
myself
creator.
and my creator?
Hey! Now you're adding yours into...
It has to be done in this order. At least hear what I have to say. My physical form, as well as the knowledge I possess, should still be of some value to you.
His attitude has grown a lot milder. What do you think, Kazuha? Should we give him a chance?
Let's hear it.
Thank you all.
Okay. Terminally ill
When I
told me
was
that he had
first
wanted me
forged,
to
my
have the
maker was
grandest
already
opening battle.
terminally
Oh my
ill.
gosh.
He told me that he had
What is
wanted
that?
me to have the grandest opening battle. Alas, after that, he never rose from his sickbed again. Nor have I ever had the chance to prove myself in battle since. My fights were devoid of any noble meaning. They were merely the next step in my never-ending journey.
Oh, so who are we gonna
Then
fight?
you
Sa kanyang
are a
opening
fine
battle.
warrior. I would like to request your hand in battle.
Experience a true duel between samurai. Oh my gosh.
Between samurai.
Oh? And who would be the opponent?
I will release Ame no Mayuya and restore his consciousness.
Ah,
Perhaps
okay.
after that, you can
So,
convince
I guess
him to
the
commit to a
two,
fight with you.
two swordsmiths.
He must have plenty of reasons to both hate me and desire a good fight.
Understood. Then let's start by waking him up and seeing if he has the stamina and will to fight.
Okay. The party explains the situation.
I see. He used my body to inflict harm on others. I utterly despise him and his actions. But since he stayed true to your agreement by releasing me, he must
I guess
still
we'll
have
have a
some
duel?
remaining semblance of honor. If a duel can help to set this state of affairs in order, I am
Okay.
willing to put myself forward. I do not wish to be a mere victim in this story.
There's no need to worry. We'll vouch for your innocence to the Tenryu Commission.
Thanks for your help. Who knows how this would have ended without your
Okay.
intervention.
All right, then let's move on. More Ronin could appear at any moment. We can't stay here. In any case, for a final duel, I think we should aim for
Greater
a
sense
greater
of ceremony.
ceremony.
Oh my gosh, where? There's a moon. Okay.
You got the moon check. Yes.
Wow. Okay, we got
you got the moon.
not lootless. I have loot. I got something from it. So let's exit. And let's go. Oh my gosh. Wait, nasa na yung scene na nagpo-forge si Kazuha ng ng blade. Okay. Fulfill the cursed blade switch. I guess si Kazuha lang ulit yung gagamitin natin for the one-on-one battle, right?
This reminds Paimon a bit of the Crux Clash. Yep, we still can't let our guard down, even now. Still,
Okay.
even if he's way past the point of redemption, It's hard not to
Teensy
feel
bit
a
sorry.
teensy bit sorry for him. Are you ready?
Ready? Okay. All right then. Successor of Ishin art, Kaidahara Kazuha.
Successor of Amenoma art, Amenome Yuya.
Honored to cross blades with you.
It is
Wow,
my
okay.
honor also.
My gosh, okay. I guess we're gonna fight.
Wind Strider. That hurt!
Ah,
Wind Strider. Time to go. Clouds high. The birds call. Time to go. Wind Strider.
okay.
Thank you for the experience. Although he appears battered and broken, in your hands it seems he's regained a glimmer of brilliance. His sense of savage
Okay.
cruelty has completely faded away.
You also fought well. I'm sure he relished the experience. There are a few things that I shall leave him to tell you himself.
I must apologize to you for all that has transpired.
You need not seek my forgiveness.
Nor do I have the right to forgive
Nor
you
do
on
I
your
have the right
victims'
to forgive you on
That
your
is
victim's
true, okay.
behalf. It is too late for all of that.
I do not wish for forgiveness. I only
I
hope
only
that you will see my transgressions as mine alone and not let them
Ah,
stain
okay,
the
that's true.
legacy of Ishin art. I strayed far from the straight and narrow path, but the Ishin art still has a worthy successor in Kaedehara Kazuha. I beseech you, please understand this.
Yes, I too trust Mr. Kaedehara to do the right thing.
Thank you, successor of Amenoma art.
Paxis is asking bakit di ka na sa FB nag-stream. Well, we had a couple of issues with copyright. Copyright notifications, even if we're not playing copyrighted music. I'm not sure if it was a bug or something that's wrong with their code or algorithm or AI. So it was getting a little bothersome to continuously dispute. I mean, nawawala naman yung notification, copyright notification and strikes on the video after I submit my dispute claims. But yun nga, medyo medyo hassle siya. So I tried checking out Twitch and yes, now we're here.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish. He would like to visit the Amenoma Smithy. Maybe we can go back there together.
Okay.
What does he want to
Amenoma
go there
Smithy.
for?
I'm
Ire-reforge
not
na siya ni
sure,
Kazuha.
but
Okay.
I think that all this is about to come to an end.
Okay. I think, yeah, Kazuha will, Kazuha will reforge it na. This will be the screenshot shown in the special program. Okay. Okay.
Oh, it's Yuya! You have returned!
I am sorry to have troubled you. It's all thanks to them that I was able to return safely.
Okay, various things that
A
happened.
prized Ishin blade, turned weapon that controls the human mind. Considering their forging philosophy, this was indeed within the realm of possibility. But I have some good news as well. Ryuji
Ooh.
from the Bonton Sango
Missing lang
Detective
si
Agency
Mr. Nagato.
tells me
Okay.
that they've found the missing Mr. Nagato.
Really? Is he okay?
Saan siya napunta kaya?
Yes, badly wounded, but he will live. And now that
Yay!
Yuya is back, it seems like the final ending to this story is a happy one after all.
I think I know what you want to do.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the blade whispering in your ear again?
Yes. He said he wants to take control of me for a brief moment.
What? No way! How's it
He tells me that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's wish. And he assures me that he won't use my body for anything nefarious. I have decided to let him do it.
Okay.
Ugh,
Ah,
guess there's
I
nothing
trust
we
your
can say to
judgment.
change your mind, huh?
Thank you. I will explain my reasons later. Okay. I am ready. Let us begin. Please, stay true to your promise.
Okay. Yun na.
My power is almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything? You mean...
Yes. The cost is my entire consciousness.
Oh, ayan na.
Right. There's nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's still a chance for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Ishin lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come. Even if I am not the one to prove its might to the Shogun, as long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands, it will still fulfill his final wish.
Yun na. Oh my gosh.
Thank you, son of the Kaedehara clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by all. I'm ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my mind. Kagotsurube Ishin.
Kagotsurube Ishin.
Is now yours to keep.
Rest in peace.
So, that's why he said it had to be done in that order. His consciousness will disappear forever after fulfilling the bladesmith's wish.
Kagotsurube Ishin. It was the first time I ever heard his name.
So it's just a sword now. It no longer has any consciousness.
It seems like deep
Yun
down
pala.
he disapproved of his own actions, and thus chose to bury this name deep within his heart. Only in the final moments, before his consciousness faded, was he willing to entrust it to another.
Seems like he really wanted to fulfill his maker's wish.
The same fervent ambition that gave him the motivation to keep going forward also fueled the stubborn determination that blinded him to the path ahead. Speaking for myself, I'd rather see him recognize and atone for his mistakes than see him punished for them.
Would he trust
I
him?
understand. Perhaps this is a flaw in my personality. I've always been captivated by grand aspirations. Hearing
Yeah,
his
you're
wish to
too
rival the divine
poetic
light
and
touched something inside of me. Just as the sight of those who fought to repeal the Vision Hunt decree did. Your quest to face the gods and trace your sibling inspires me in the same way. After everything I've seen, perhaps these pursuits fascinate me a little more than they should.
Oh, Kazuha?
I will continue to support you from this point on.
Okay.
Know that you will have my assistance whenever you need it.
Wait,
Thank you.
shouldn't we also go update Kujo Kamaji?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
We need to tell him about the
okay.
findings of our investigation. And it's also time to give him a response to the offer he made me.
Ano kaya ang sasabihin ni Kazuha? Wait, nasa inventory na natin yung sword? Is it here? Is it here? Wait, it's not yet here? Let's see. O baka after the quest pa. Okay, fine. Ang dami scam. Hindi naman siguro scam, but yeah, they've been having a few A lot, hindi man a few, but yeah, a lot of bugs in the previous month. So yeah.
You've returned. I hear that the issue has been resolved. Though this was a treacherous investigation indeed, we're most fortunate that no lives were lost. The Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse. The investigation into Amanoma Yuya should conclude soon.
Wow, you sure kept your ear to the ground.
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer. Please take a look at this blade.
What's this?
Kagotsurube Ishin, a weapon crafted using a long-lost blade forging art of the Kaidahara clan. By means of a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him. I also promised him that I would continue to study and pass on the secrets of Ishin art. And so, it looks like I will likely continue with my journey across the nations, learning more about this blade as I go.
Okay.
I see. I understand.
The Kaidahara clan has always been a family of bladesmiths, so it is only proper for me to continue on this path. Were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts between the shogunate and Sangonomiya. That would not suit me.
You misunderstand. That was most certainly not our intent.
I am aware, but I still desire to continue walking my own path.
So yeah,
Very well.
ayaw niya pa rin
I can
magpatali
understand.
sa ano.
Then let's pretend this offer was never raised. However, if you should ever change your mind or find yourself in need of the shogunate's assistance, please do not hesitate to inform
He
me.
wants to go his own way.
Thank you for your generosity.
Where will you travel to next, Kazuha?
I'll probably take to the seas with Captain Beidou again for now. As for my next destination, let's see where the wind takes me.
Sa Sumeru ka dadali ng wind, Kazuha. Alright, a strange and friendless road. Ayun na, Kagotsurube Ishin. Okay. Kanino kaya yun pwedeng gamitin, no? Let's see. We can give it to Kazuha because my Kazuha is like support Kazuha, right? So. Also, we cannot refine this. It looks like we cannot refine this, right? When a normal charge or plunging attack hits an opponent, we will whip up a hewing gale, dealing AoE damage equal to 180% of attack and increasing attack by 15%. Normal. So, on-field damage dealer siya talaga. So, it's not for a support Kazuha. Okay. So, I guess this story quest was more like a closure of Kazuha's, like, his path as the only remaining successor of the Kaidehara sword forging art, right? Okay. Oh my gosh. Pokemon Go. Puro na lang Pokemon ang games natin, ah. Okay. Alright. Well, that is it for Kazuha's Story Quest. Yeah. Let's just go back to the teapot and claim our friendship points, right?
This realm is truly beginning to thrive.
Okay. I'm thinking, parang dapat, ang story quest ni Kazuha is the one in the Golden Apple Archipelago domain. And then, itong story na to is maybe something, ito yung dapat na nasa domain, but I'm not sure how they can tie the story in kasi with the two lost guys, diba? Mr. Nagato and Aminoma Yuya. But I think I like the other story more kasi yung nasa domain. Parang story-wise, it's more appealing to me. Parang ganon.
If you ever have any questions about the
Also pala, I think the reason na na nilagay ito ng mga developers in this part of the story or they made the sword a main reward of a story quest rather than an event quest is para din yung mga hindi makaabot sa Golden Apple Archipelago this time around, makukuha pa rin nila yung limited weapon ni Kazuha. So, it's not, di ba? It's not something that's going to be event limited as well. And with that, we are Battle Pass level 50. Okay. I hope na ubos nyo na din ang inyong Battle Pass. We have a couple more, we have a couple more weeks. 2 weeks, I think, to accomplish it. So, long time pa naman. There's also yung event-related na points. So, 1,500 points din yan. So, hindi pala 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, 12 days na lang. 12 days na lang yung Battle Pass period. Oh my gosh! This just means na palapit na tayo ng palapit sa Sumeru release. My goodness. Okay. Yoimiya's banner is 13 days to go. Yan. Good luck to all the people who will wish on her banner. But yeah, anyways, for now, that will be the end of the stream tonight. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope to see you in future streams. Maraming salamat sa panonood, guys. And yeah, I hope to see you next stream. And thank you for your support. Andun pa din si Venti sa bubong ng Cat's Tail.
No, I mean literally.
But anyways, ayan. Maraming salamat sa panonood. Thanks for your support. I will see you next stream. Goodbye and good night, guys.